It's time for another episode of Comic Show Finds. Hello and welcome, fellow comic book enthusiasts, to another episode of Comic Show Finds. The comic show, which is normally a bi-monthly event, happened 2 months in a row this time. November was the last video of Comic Show Finds that I posted. And this one was just yesterday, December 18th. Here's a schedule showing the shows in 2022. So the next comic show is February 19th. So for some reason or another, I wasn't feeling much of a buying mood the day of the show. But I did managed to get myself up there, and here is what I came away with. First, I'm going to have to adjust the comic camera because the first two items were a little bit large, so let's do that. All right, the first table that I came upon was a West Michigan local artist named Scott Rosema, and he had a table and a bunch of prints. Here's one that I picked up. And I see I need to adjust the camera even more. BRB. So here's this beautiful depiction of Catwoman holding a mouse in a Batman costume. It's called Catwoman versus Batmouse. And he signed it for me. I have pictures of that. I will insert in here. I bought the two for $25, and the sleeves were $5 a piece, so $35. I got this one and this beautiful Julie Newmar Catwoman, also signed. So yeah, that was a cool pickup there for a Catwoman fan like me. He had several others. He had some nice animated or Batman animated series Harley Quinn versions, one with Poison Ivy. One was like the whole gang. It was Batman and Catwoman and Harley. I considered picking that one up too for the Catwoman, but she was really small in the picture, so I decided to pass on that one and just go with these two. But yeah, these couple of command strips, and you may be seeing these up on the wall behind me soon. We'll see what I decide to do with those. Okay, need to adjust the comic cam again. I'll be right back. Now, to give you some idea of the size of these prints, I can measure it on my board here. They are 17 by 11, so they're 11 wide, 17 long. And I'll go ahead and put the comics. I only got a few comics at this show. It was pretty small this time around. I think even smaller than last time. Last time the November show was during Grand Rapids Comic-Con, so I expected that would be small, but I did not expect this one to be small right before Christmas. One of the vendors I talked to, Geeky Experience, it's a husband-wife team, and apparently she showed up for this one, but her husband was down in Indiana. I believe it's Peru, Indiana. I think it's northern Indiana. So they didn't have as many comics. But actually, that's the one I'm going to talk about next. So Geeky Experience, they had some nice keys. Marvel and DC keys, and a bunch of signed books that were really cool. Some nice Adam Hughes covers. There were, I think, a couple J. Scott Campbell covers. I don't know why I didn't take pictures or do video. I'm going to have to be better about that. I feel kind of funny. I mean, if I ask permission ahead of time, it's not such a big deal. But I don't know. I just feel a little weird about it. But I'm gonna try to do better at that, because that would make these videos much better. Okay, so Geeky Experience. I only picked up a couple comics. They had several boxes of half price, so these were half price. It's upside down. Oh, it's upside down. Okay. A Catwoman 17 from the Joelle Jones run. Not a Joelle Jones cover, but this one is Catwoman 28 with the Joelle Jones cover. I can't get over Joelle Jones's version of Catwoman. I just love it so much. Okay, so I moved on from there. Like I said, it was small. So there was Scott Rosema, who had the prints. There was one on the end. I didn't get the name of theirs. There was 811 Comics. He was there. Geeky Experience. And then, of course, Lange's had a table. And another guy had a table. So what is that? I think there were like 5 vendors, including, you know, what I would consider the home team, that Todd's table, Todd Lange's table, since he's the host of this of the show. So yeah, it was pretty small. But I guess good for me. I mean, like I said, I wasn't feeling it. I've had a lot of stuff come in from Whatnot. I've had a lot of stuff come in from eBay. I've had a bunch of stuff come in from stores, and those are all videos I have yet to make. I have piles. I have a pile over here. I have a pile over here, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. Okay, back to the comic show. I get distracted so easily. So this guy, these are, I don't know if it's just the quality of the bag or what, but these are some nice looking copies of Red Sonja for $2. I mean, a $2 issue number 4 of Red Sonja. I couldn't pass that up. That I don't have that issue yet. I found 4 and 6. Another nice looking copy for $2. So real nice. And that's it. So 2 prints, 4 comics. Like I said, I just wasn't feeling it, which is a good thing because I've been spending a lot of money in other places. But, you know, I would prefer my dollars go toward the vendors, the local shows, the local comic shops. But before the show, I did stop at a comic shop ahead of that and dropped a lot of cash there. So that will probably be the next video, the LC Pickups. That'll be an LC Pickups video. All right, so that's going to do it for the November comic show finds video. Hello, Miss Newmar. Good to see you. And good to see you. Well, I'm not seeing you. You're seeing me. Thanks for joining me for another Comic Show Finds video, another Scott Talks Comics video, and I hope you will return for the next one. Until then, comic on, my friends. It's time for another... Why do I do this? I get distracted so easily.